Just say it, man. Don't make me ask 20 questions.
What is the point?
Get to the point.
Just say it already!
Welcome to the Podcram. Here's a quick clip I found interesting of Patrick Boyle discussing the worldwide trend of declining ratio of workers to retirees on the Triggernometry podcast.
I think that in almost everywhere in the Western world, retirement benefits probably have to go down because we're in a situation, there's sort of an interesting demographic thing where in the post-World War II period, a lot of this sort of social contract came in. And at that time, there were probably about 8 workers to every retiree. Now we're reaching the point where it's sort of 1 worker for, because, there's economically inactive people, which is both children and the elderly. And you've got a ratio of 1 to 1 we're starting to reach. So essentially you've got 1 person wage that is supposed to support, more people. And there's not really that social contract of sort of, cradle to grave, social insurance sort of idea doesn't really work, and in particular, you look in places like Italy, where that I think in a few years' time there's going to be 0.8 workers for every economically inactive person.
Wow.
And whenever you try and sort of cut pension benefits, you look to France, right? They set the whole city on fire every time anyone suggests it, but the truth is that in order to balance the books, we need to balance the books.
Well, whenever anyone brings up this point, which I think is very valid, I always make the point, I'm from Russia originally. Vladimir Putin tried to increase the pension age, and he had to backtrack.
Yeah.
So that's
the thing is there's some difficult conversations.
You can literally be an authoritarian dictator, and you will still have to reckon with the public's vitriol about this.
Thanks for listening to this installment of The Podcram. I hope it contains something useful for you. If you enjoy these selections and are curious about the curator's own thoughts, you can check out my other podcast, Psychic Lube, where I share concise concepts meant to grease the intellectual gears and help get your creative juices flowing. Each episode is an ongoing collaborative project that welcomes listeners to expand or rebut its points by email or comment, the most interesting of which get incorporated through periodic re-recordings. As always, if you're intrigued by today's content, I encourage you to go listen to the full podcast in its original form directly from its creators so that their sponsors keep paying them to make stuff for us and nobody feels compelled to sue me for copyright infringement. Now, get off your phone and go do smart stuff. Have a productive day.